Now I should be heard. Fantastic. I absolutely love it when my microphone just refuses to do anything. Well, for those currently here, if there are any, welcome on in to another Streaming Figs live stream. These are always fun to do. Haven't really had the chance in a while. Just with stuff. But I'm here now. And all because of the Nth-verse. I've mentioned this before on my channel. This is my my universe where I put stuff and I tell stories with famous characters like Marvel or DC. But recently I had a Q&A on Instagram and somebody asked me if I would ever be willing to move the Nth-verse into other areas not related to superheroes, and I really liked that idea. Mostly because I obviously like things other than just Marvel and DC. And what I was... I first just thought that I would start with Star Wars, because Star Wars is my favorite thing ever. But something else that cropped up as a better choice was actually Nintendo, because there's just so much there to use. A lot of the stories are very bare bones, and so there's a lot to manipulate and work with there. And so that is what I started with. The Nth-tendo. Zoom in a bit here. Ta-da! With Mario first. This was developed over the past week or so on my Discord server. If you would like to join that, please do. And especially by me and my mod friends on Discord. Zozer. Zozer would be... I think Zozer's in the chat at the moment. And he was a huge help when it came to deciding on the story, on the characters, on things like that. So you have, as you can see, Mario here, because you always gotta have Mario. Luigi, Princess Peach, and a couple Toads. And then Bowser and Bowser Jr. Bowser Jr. being drawn by Zozer. You could probably tell that they look a bit different. And that is because there's like a pseudo medieval look that we're going for. That'll make more sense as it goes along. Just to tie it in better to another Nintendo franchise that might in fact be in the same world. But we'll just have to see. We've got a lot of ideas going. And one thing that I'm very excited for is that it is more collaborative in nature than the Marvel or DC figures have been. Meaning that you all can contribute as well. If you join my Discord server, you will be able to have the opportunity to make characters to go into the Mario universe of Nth-tendo. And I really highly suggest you do, because I think it'll be very fun to create this interconnecting weave of characters from the Wahoo Boy and all of his supporting cast. And if you ever have any questions about that, just send me a direct message on Discord and we'll see what we can do. I have already drawn the Lego Mario for the Nth-verse. This is him. He's not very, well, I wouldn't say he's very different from the regular Mario, but he definitely looks more, I guess, realistic and more utilitarian. His whole story is that underneath New York, he and his brother Luigi were working a plumbing job, and a mysterious portal opened up that sent him and his brother into the Mushroom Kingdom. The Princess Peach has been captured by the evil Dragon Lord Bowser, and the Toads look to Mario and Luigi to rescue Peach. Mario himself always felt like he was getting shortchanged by the world, and so this is his chance to be a hero. And he likes a lot that the Toads kind of treat him as a savior. So since I've already drawn Mario, that's not what we're here to do today. We're here to draw one of the supporting characters. A Shy Guy. Shy Guys are some of my favorite Mario enemies. And I just played Mario Party with my brothers, actually. And Shy Guy is he's my guy. So that is what I'm going to start with today. For this Nth-tendo Shy Guy, I'm going with inspiration from the Yoshi's Island, like tribalistic Shy Guys. Because the Shy Guys in this world are nomads. They live up in the mountains of Shy Guy Falls. And they don't often like to interact with the rest of the population. They would just rather be left alone. So that is the inspiration that I'm working on for this one. So I'll just get started. This probably shouldn't take very long, so I might be able to start a new character too. I'm gonna make the canvas a bit larger it feels very small. That's a bit better. In life, there always seems to be or in my life, I should specify, there always seems to be 4 main franchises that I always stick to. I like a lot of other things beyond those, of course. But they're the ones that I always end up coming back to with fervor. And those franchises would be Star Wars, number 1. Marvel, or just superheroes in general, so Marvel, DC, Lego, obviously, and Nintendo. So when it comes to the Nth-verse, those are probably Star Wars, superheroes, and Nintendo are probably the ones that I'm going to focus the most on, because those seem to have the most varied pool of characters to choose from that I can easily put my own spin on. How to Train a Dragon is another one that I love to stick to, so thank you for mentioning that. But it's not one that I have these phases of interest just in my daily life, where I go from liking one thing to liking another a lot, and in these phases, that's how I kind of measure which stories and franchises do I love the most. And it always ends up having to do with Star Wars, Marvel, DC, and Lego, and Nintendo are the ones that like constantly come back. Nth-verse Waluigi. That is actually being handled by Zozer, who helped develop the universe with me. Wario and Waluigi will be pirates out on the seas, always looking for the best score. They're very, just from the pitch alone, their character will be a lot like Hondo Onaka from the Clone Wars, wherein they're not evil, but they will do anything to make the most money. So, in one case, they may be working with the Mario Brothers, and in another, they might be working against. It just matters who has the most money and how much of it they're getting. I think it would be kind of cool if he had a smaller spear. I might try that. Because this is... the height of this is very cumbersome. So I might see if I can just do like... well, actually... a little... roop, roop, roop. Then I'll be able to lower this. Manipulate just a bit. And ta-da! Smaller spear. Now I can crop this a bit. So I don't have to worry about that height so much. Star Wars in the Nth-verse win. That is something that will certainly be coming at some point in the future. I'm not sure when exactly. I'd really like to usually focus on like sort of one thing at a time. Since this is the big new thing, this will be what I'm focusing on a lot for at least the next couple weeks or so. But I plan to start an Nth-verse Star Wars probably this summer. Nth-verse Wii Sports. I have no idea how to work Mii's in, so I am not sure. Because Mii's are literally supposed to be like your avatar connected to the real world. So I'm not quite sure how to work in like real people. But I might try to do Matt, because Matt is an OG. I think an Nth-verse Noah R would just be God. So that's who he is in the Nth-verse. I miss doing these streams. I think the first one I did was like back last summer. So it feels weird that it's been almost a year since my first stream. Wasn't that when I drew Human Lightning McQueen? Or am I misremembering? I believe I am remembering correctly. So question for the chat, what's your guys' favorite Mario game. Mine, probably. Uh, Mine is probably Galaxy. Because Galaxy just feels so big and expansive, and you get to like just use all of these different different gravitational things. And like the score of Galaxy just it's peak. It's fantastic. Do 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 Mario Kart Wii is absolutely a classic. I play that with my brother still almost daily. So that's definitely not something to be ignored. I haven't played much Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Played it a bit at friends' houses and stuff, but much more for the Wii version. Would you like to speak, Wet Cereal Boy? Hello. Goodbye. Goodbye. Come now. Work with me, not against me. Oh. Well, that's where that went. Okay. Just gotta copy this. Cut. Never owned an actual Mario game, but I've played it at Walmart. Walmart's a good place for that. We went to Walmart today, and actually, that's when we bought the Mario Party, Super Mario Party for the Switch. And they didn't have the playable Mario going like they have been for a while. Also, side note, Joy-Cons are very expensive, exorbitantly expensive. Never buy one if you don't have to. But I only bought one because we have friends coming over next week, and it felt like it was probably a necessity to have multiple Joy-Cons. I've really opened a can of worms, haven't I, with this whole Nth-verse characters. Because now everybody expects me to make my own versions of everything under the sun. Including Tony Tiger for some reason. I always mix up Tony Tiger and Chester Cheetah, which you wouldn't think I would do because, like, Chester Cheetah it's meant to have the same sound as Cheetos. But oh well. Okay, now on to definitely the most difficult part of this character, the mask. As you can see, I used the kendo masks from Ninjago as sort of a basis because I think the idea of using the straps like that works well. So, manipulate this a bit, get the right shape, make another circle. This time a bit smaller in here. Round it a bit. Give it some 3D. Cheetos' mascot is indeed named Chester. It's for alliteration. And that is why I always mix him up with Tony the Tiger. Because they're both alliterative. Okay, now wait a second. Sounds as if my sisters are fighting in the background.
Girls, don't forget, no one's no live stream.
Kendo Shy Guy. My idea is kind of that, like, since they're islanders, or they would be, well, not so much islanders, but like a more primitive area. Actually, I need to fix that. More primitive people in this area. It's like they have like wooden masks connected to their faces. I'm gonna get the same 3D effect as I had with the first one. I feel like Bob Ross sometimes. Nice, happy little spear. Or a nice, happy little Shy Guy. Do I watch any sports? I do watch some. My brother is much more of a sports guy than I am. My brother and my dad. But I really enjoy watching baseball. That's probably the one that I've spent the most time watching. And I like playing basketball. I'm not a great offensive player in really anything, but I'm a fair defensive player, so that's what I usually end up focusing on in games. You will finally learn the secret as to how no one makes new molds. I've forgotten that, like, I've never shared that really. And I know a lot of people have asked. It's not something like I've avoided, but like, yes, this is how I usually make new molds. I find a base mold that looks similar to the source material. Like, for instance, with Mario. With this hat, I kind of use just the cap. and then traced over it in the sort of the same shape and size I was going for. And then, since it is like it's the same on both sides, I just cut it in half, put it together, and there we go. For the Shy Guy, though, again, I find a part that's very similar to what I'm looking for. In this case, the kendo mask. And then just sort of make sure I get the design I want on top of it. It's a lot simpler than you would probably think, and I guess that's why I've just never felt the need to bring it up. It certainly can get, like, it's simple to explain. Sometimes it's not very easy. When I drew, for instance, where would he be? When I drew the MonsterVerse King Ghidorah, I drew a head, like this, but then I had to, like, mold it in a specific way so that it had a different angle so it didn't just look like it was staring head on the whole time. It's great. And like the arms here, I used the Man-Bat arms, then extended the arm, and another kind of wing piece here to make Ghidorah's wings. And the tail is like just the devil kid tail, copied. So, yeah, there we are. So, back to Shy Guy. I also have, and with Mecha Bricks, you're able to put like 2 different pieces on top of each other, which is really handy. Saved my butt a lot. So I was able to put the kendo mask on top of the like the regular hoodie piece that they introduced in Lego Ninjago movie, and that's kind of the shape of the hood that I'm going for. For the Shy Warrior. How do I draw torsos on angles? Well, I know a lot of people, they draw their torso and like draw it face on like this. So say I have like a tie here, or a bandana. What I would do is I select it with, and then press transform. And as you can see with transform, you can like move it up and down, stretch it out, thin it out, make it bigger. You can use that and put it on here, and then to sort of match the curve of the torso, just manipulate it as much as you can. And then, ta-da, looks great. Also, because it is a hood, so this would be like the armor here, some like wooden armor. I'll have a bit of the hood coming down like this. And going up like that. So there. Then let's use this same armor because it works for what I'm planning. Never be afraid to sample pieces. You don't always have to make an entirely new piece for a character if you don't have to. Sampling pieces sometimes, like this armor, can really help give you exactly what you want. Yeah, come on. Curved lines. How I hate thee. And I'll fix this a bit too. There we are. Erase this piece here. Erase this here. Add some fold lines. Give it a bit more detail. It is pretty pog once you think about it, yellow. And now for part of the Shy Guy everybody loves. Big eyes. So, to make it a bit realistic, I'm going to make it more 3D like this, and not fill it in, but use like a lighter shade of black so you can see that it's like a black head underneath. So this eye would be hollow. Just mesmerized watching you draw it. Well, thank you. I think it's pretty fun to do. Oh. Well, that is not good. Come on. Copy, paste. Cut. Delete. There. Perfect. And then just a wee little mouth here. Perfect. I think that is a good little outline for our Shy Guy. Now for details. I have recently started. Oh, I didn't even get the colors open. Shame on you. So because they live in the mountains, and let me see. I'm gonna try it with a darker shade first. Since they probably don't have access to like a resource of dyeing. Okay, I'll come back to that. Do the spear first. Should be pretty simple. It's just a stick. And then I'd imagine it's like it's a bone spear. There's that. Green leaf skirt. I'd imagine the mask is made out of some kind of ivory on top of wood. There's some leather straps. And underneath, nothing. There is the head of our Shy Guy. Now that I look at it, I think I do. I think I would like it with a brighter shade of red. And I think that looks cool. So this way the armor is more clearly a different shade of color. But you guys can tell me what you like. Which version. Then some... I'd imagine they'd have like some wooden armor here. Some kind of sheaths. Let me see. Looking up some kind of reference. Perfect. The Ninjago Keeper. They have about the aesthetic that I think I'm going for, so see how they do the wood stuff. Kind of emulate that because I think it works well. I prefer light red as well. And another little strap right here. The accent color could be changed depending on the rank of the characters. I like that. Well, they already kind of do that with like the para Shy Guys or whatever. It's like Nintendo. They always have a lot of variation when it comes to their enemies, because you have like the flying Shy Guy, and I'm sure he would be like a different. He's probably yellowish. Part of the Shy Corps. Do they have a core? Anyway. So, speaking of something that rhymes with core, the lore of the Shy Guys is that they are not part of Bowser's army, as one might expect. They prefer to stay up in their mountains, and they don't like to come down for really anything, and prefer to let various races solve things for themselves. So once again, they may be like the Wario brothers. They kind of just assist whichever place would be safest for them. So if it comes to assisting Bowser, they would only do it if they had something at stake. Just some detailing there. Yes, yo, Shy Guy. I did see I did see one of the 10th anniversary golden things. I need to watch the other ones. Saw the one with the Hands of Time and Woo. It's always good to see the Hands of Time again. They were Season 7 wasn't a great season, but the villains were pretty good. And I am curious as to see like what exactly happened to them. Were they turned into babies too? Will we see baby Crux and Acronix at some point in Ninjago's future? Okay. It's coming together. They are cracks and they're cracks, but I am looking for tribal paint like on here. A bit more elaborate, sure, but fear not. I was planning on doing the tribal paint idea. Okay, let me see. Accidentally filled that in. He's coming together.
They might be gross. I don't know. I mean, they're just coconut flour and cream cheese and an egg. Oh, we don't have an egg right now. But you might look up. You can make egg substitute. Yeah. Stop it! No one's stop.
There's a lot of yelling in my house.
I think it printed.
Starker gloves. Probably like reinforced leather for hunting. Ooh. What if they hunt Yoshis? Ooh. What if this mask is from the shell of the back of the Yoshi? If Yoshis have shells or if those are saddles. Why don't we make that shell? Make that a shell. Just say that this mask
Did it print?
is a Yoshi shell. Okay, so
Are you still on a live stream?
there we go. Oh, these people. I'm not sure exactly what to do with his chest though, because as you can see, Shy Guys don't exactly. It's just robes. They just have. So I could add some robe detailing here, just at the bottom. I think he's smushed in here. I'd imagine the robes, while being very impractical, honestly, They would be kind of ceremonial. Like, it could be the reason they're all up in the mountains is because they're a kind of monk. And these are their monk robes. And that's what they're doing up there. I don't know if I like the short legs. I like them, and I think I'll defend them just because Shy Guy's part of their whole thing is that they're tiny. They're just little waddling dudes, and it wouldn't really. I tried it on like Mecha Bricks, with both of them, like both tall legs and mid legs, but both of those options just kind of lost what makes a shy guy. And so I went with short legs. And I like I like that the cape kind of goes over the legs just because that keeps a bit of the lightness of Mario humor, wherein they're just waddling around, but they could trip on their robes at any moment. They do be hecka small waddlers. Okay, so I see an idea that the masks, like the paint starts chipping and you can see the Yoshi shell underneath. I like that idea, but I'm not sure if that would be too easily mistaken for like war paint. So there's a little tie there to keep his mask on. Oh, yes, I can show what the base was from the beginning. It was this. This was my Shy Guy base. And this is what I have so far. Maybe I don't need a super complex thing here. Some folds there. Maybe like a wooden chest plate. Yeah, I think a wooden chest plate. And that might be it for our Shy Guy there. Bob-ombs in this universe are characters, but they are like arcane creations or like automatons created by Bowser's magic. He imbues he is like an accomplished sorcerer in this universe, and so uses that magic and like a lot of technical know-how thanks to his weapons developer Fawful. And he like bombs are like little robot weapons that he uses, and it could be fun if after Bowser is defeated, they go off and start their own society, um, like we see in Super Mario 64. Because the bombs, my three favorite Mario enemies are Shy Guys, Bombs, and Dry Bones. I couldn't tell you why I like the three of them so much, but they are my boys, and as such, each has a place in this universe. Some potions are something for exploring the world. Well, actually, potions do exist in this world. Um, the toads are actually the ones who make the potions, and that's how kind of explain like power-ups and stuff. The toads gather materials, and they are accomplished in making potions with them, and that's how they have survived fighting against Bowser's army, because they have like effectively one-up potions, which can heal any wounds. And so they're the potions guys. Like, it's unfortunate for me as a fan of the Shy Guys, but they really don't have all that makes them unique, aside from the fact that they're one of the only Mario like characters to use actual weapons, which I find really funny. I guess Hammer Bros too, but it's in their names. Am I going to explain the origin of the Mushroom Kingdom? Well, I'd say that the Mushroom Kingdom is probably, like, it's just kind of there, because this is the multiverse. Like, this is... Nth-tendo is canon to my other Nth-verse stuff. As in, the Mushroom Kingdom does exist in the Nth-verse, but it's, like, separated by the multiverse, so we'll probably never see Spider-Man or Iron Man going to the Mushroom Kingdom just because they don't know it exists. Doctor Strange, maybe. That would be kind of funny. Thoughts on The Rock voicing Crypto the Superdog? I had no thoughts because I didn't know that was a thing. So there's going to be like a Crypto movie? But The Rock doing it, that's interesting. So he's playing Black Adam and Superman's dog. Cool. So there's the wood there. I'm going to try to segment it. There we go. Comes in the rope coils. The Nth-verse is just Lego Dimensions with extra steps. Yeah. Yeah, it is. I'll take that. Or how about this? Lego Dimensions, but competent. Booyah. I just owned Lego Dimensions. Okay. There's that. Oh, wrong one. Okay. Strange idea for Nth-tendo Miis. Well, I'd be very interested to hear it. Really, if anybody has any ideas for characters that you would like to see, or possibly even draw, just send me a message on Discord, and we'll see what we can do. Because I would like to include as many ideas as possible. Because Nintendo is so huge that, like Mario, the world of Mario especially is just huge. So you're able to do a lot with ideas and characters. I think it would make more sense if the chest plate was the shell instead of the mask for the character so it would provide more protection. You're probably right. It probably would make more sense if it was. But for one, I already drew it like this, so I don't really want to mess with it. But again, like I guess a canon explanation would be that if these are warrior, like secluded warrior monks, I would say that taking the shell of a Yoshi would be seen as like a sense of pride and accomplishment. So they'd want to display them proudly on their faces and use them to carve their masks, which are so important to Shy Guy culture. So it probably would be more practical as a chest plate, but culturally, it means more to have it be their mask. Perhaps the reason they wear masks is because of their religion. They specifically have a vow of anonymity and hide out in these mountains to follow their creed, whatever that may be. What if the Miis are like people used for entertainment? So they fight in an arena and are kind of like gladiators. So it mixes in the Wii Sports Resort idea of competition, but also fits with the Nintendo medieval type style. That is an idea. I like it. I do. So, as I've kind of hinted at already, I do have a plan for other Nintendo characters to come, not just Mario and his world. Because you can't have a Smash Bros. With only Mario characters. You can with only Fire Emblem characters, but... So, there is some idea of where I want to take this. But perhaps the Mii Gladiator Arena is what inspires the Smash Bros. Arena. But we'll see. Cross that bridge when we come to it. Just a lot of ropes.
Hello.
Imagine this. Imagine how heavy this whole getup is. Like you already have the giant robes. And then you have like this wooden chest plate on top of it. And this mask that cuts off circulation to your face. Shy Guys probably aren't the healthiest. I'd imagine they all have heat stroke. Maybe Inklings and Octolings could be warring factions off in another corner of like rival citizens. That is a fun idea. So not the whole world is medieval like this. I've just in discussions we've decided that some like characters and are better suited to more more high-tech places and events, I guess. But that'll be more evident as the story goes along. So the way I look at it is like Mario would be more like Avatar, whereas some other worlds as we'll meet more like Korra. So it keeps the aesthetic going. So it's not just a full-on stark difference immediately. Oh, that's some little leaf designs here. Nothing major. Oh, war paint. Gotta remember the war paint. War paint made from Yoshi blood. It could be fun when we get to the Zelda area, which will be coming next, I can assure you, of this whole world. If Shy Guy masks are sold by the mask salesman. Wait, I think that is canon to Zelda. Let me check. Do they sell Shy Guy masks? Oh, no, he sells one that looks like Mario. Yeah. Happy Mask Salesman in Zelda sells Shy Guy masks. Copy this. How do I get it for the line is pointed on both sides? Well, that, my friend, is because of the wonderful, what the? Because of the wonderful fade in, fade out pen tool. I'll alter this a bit. And then, so you have like the regular tool here, which is just straight line. But then with the fade in, fade out tool, it gets tapered, depending on how much you use it. You can do quick strokes with the regular pen. You always have the little bump there. Quick strokes with the fade in pen. There. That's what that does. And then, one last thing. Little Queen Amidala chin design. Booyah! Shy Warrior. Do the Marvel DC characters ever cross over with the Smash Bros. Guys in the Nth-verse? It's a possibility. I don't really know how they would, aside from maybe Doctor Strange at some point, since he has multiverse traveling. It's not unlikely. It's not likely at the moment, is just how I'll put it. I feel like Sonic and Pokemon would look cool in the Nth-verse. I think they would too. Sonic works very well in this universal idea I have. So he's definitely coming. Pokemon also. We're probably on the way. Just has to do my best to find a way to slot them in. And with a quick crop. These spears make everything so cumbersome. We have a Shy Guy. Da-da-da-da. And Nth-verse Secret Wars could cross everything over. Well, gonna have to wait for that, my man. I have a plan for where the Nth-verse is going when it comes to Marvel and DC. And we are going to get some multiversal shenanigans pretty soon. Ooh, last thing. I am nothing if not a planner. I know where stories go almost as soon as... I know where I want a story to go almost as soon as I write it. That's sometimes a blessing and it's sometimes a curse. But in this case, I do think it's a blessing. Because I know exactly where I want my characters to end up. Nth-verse Zoom the Gerbil? Yeah, he'll be a thing. He'll be coming at you. And anyway, here's the Shy Guy. The completed Nth-verse Shy Guy. And so, with that, I think I'm done. Thank you all for coming in for this this little drawing session. Thank you for giving me ideas for these characters going forward and what I want to do with this universe. I might try to have more Nth-verse live streams in the future, because I would like to bring it over to YouTube as much as possible, because it's been pretty segregated to Discord and Instagram for the past. I want to have everything connected. So, yeah, there's that. If you would like to know more about the Mario Nth-verse, please join my Discord, and you might be able to contribute your own characters as well. And with that, until next time, later.